Hello and welcome to the first video in the series. This is going to be a basic Pilates video, so suitable for all levels, with lots of nice moves to get your body moving, to stretch your spine, to start to engage your core and to understand how your alignment is working. So it's probably going to last about half an hour. Take your time. If anything doesn't feel right, don't do it. If you have any back injuries or any other injuries, be careful. Take responsibility for your body, listen to what it tells you, and yeah, if you've got any questions or problems, then maybe email me and I'll let you know if it is suitable. It is definitely not suitable for anyone with osteoporosis. Again, if you have osteoporosis and you'd like to do some Pilates, please email me and we can discuss what would be appropriate. Okay, good luck. So, we're going to start by standing. And I want you to have your feet about hip width apart. To find hip width, make a fist. Look down past your fist, so bring your feet to either side of the fist. And that should give you about hip width stance. In this position, I want you just to roll onto your toes, onto your heels. So feel where the weight sits between your toes, through your feet, onto the heels, roll all the way through. You can come all the way up. Lift your toes up. And then onto the outside of your feet. And onto the inside of your feet, and just move around. Get your feet moving, spread your toes as wide as you can, and then plant them onto the mat. Have your knees a little bit soft, so just take them off lock. Hands on your hips, shoulder blades back and down just for a second. And then we're going to tilt the pelvis forwards and backwards. So all I'm doing there is literally keeping my knees where they are, keeping my upper back where it is, and just tilting the pelvis forwards and backwards. And then I want you to stop somewhere in the middle, so your sacrum is pointing down. Zip up tall through your spine, so lifting your head up to the ceiling. And now think about your shoulder blades properly. Half an inch together, half an inch down at the back. Let your arms relax either side of you, and start to move your neck. From one way to the other. So as you're moving your neck, just be careful, don't take it to any positions that hurt. Roll your neck forwards, back the other way. And then bring your head to looking down, take your hands onto your shoulders. Keeping your neck looking down, take 3 big circles with your elbows backwards. And then 3 big circles with the elbows forwards. And then I want you to look up towards the ceiling. Take 3 big circles with the elbows backwards. And 3 big circles with the elbows forwards. Good. Bring your hands down onto your ribcage. So I want them on the ribcage, not on the waist. In this position, I want you to take a deep breath in. Let your elbows push out towards the side. Breathe out. Elbows sink back down. And again, in. Elbows push out, out. Elbows sink back down. One more in. Elbows push out, out. Elbows sink back down. Drop your right hand down by your body. Lean over to that right side so that the left elbow is pointing up. And carry on with the breathing into that left side once. Try and open the lungs twice. And third time, come back up, swap sides. So left hand down, right hand up. Right elbow up, I should say. Breathing into that right side. Good, and come back up. Bring your fingers down onto your hip bones, relax your shoulders, knees soft. Fingertips walking an inch in and an inch down. This is where we're engaging core. So close your eyes for a second with your next deep breath in. As you breathe out, tense the muscles from fingertip to fingertip. Imagine you're doing up that low slung belt. Lift up through the pelvic floor to the 5th floor. Belly button in towards the spine. Hold it all there. And then let it go for a second. We're going to do the same again. Nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, just tense those muscles, fingertip to fingertip, belly button in, lift up through the pelvic floor. And open your eyes, keeping that core nicely engaged. Just come up to balancing on your toes. Hold that balance and come back down. And then we're going to balance into one foot. So what I want you to do now is really think about engaging the core and lifting into the glute as you do this. So start with your right foot at the ankle of your left foot. You're going to bring the foot up off the floor. As you do so, I want you to lift into your pelvis, lift into your buttock, lift into your core. Hold it all nice and tight. Find a focal point somewhere in front of you and bring that right foot up as far as you can, but remember that you're lifting into the core, lifting into the spine, lifting into the buttock. Just hold the balance. Good. And swap sides. So, again, all of the weight onto that right side, bring the left foot into the right ankle. Again, as you bring that foot off, squeeze into that buttock, lift into the core, and then bring the left leg up. Hold that position. And come back down. Excellent. Back to feet hip width apart. Shoulder blades back and down. Engage the core, knees soft. We're going to roll down and open the spine. So chin to chest. One vertebra at a time. Let yourself go. Rolling all the way down. Imagine you're peeling your spine off the wall behind you. And then tuck the tailbone under. Stack the spine one vertebra at a time. All the way back up. Shoulders back and down. Head up tall. And again, chin to chest. Rolling through. All the way down. Legs. And then tuck the tailbone under, stack the spine, one vertebra at a time, all the way back up, shoulder blades back and down, head up tall. Last one, chin to chest, rolling through, let yourself go. This time when you get to the bottom, take hold of your elbows, nod your head, swing your shoulders, swing your lower back, let yourself relax into that position. And tuck the tailbone, stack the spine, one vertebra at a time, all the way back up. Shoulder blades back and down, head up tall. Good. Bring yourself down to the front of the mat. So, we're going to start sitting into the pelvis, moving our spine. So I want you to find your sitting bones, and then engage your core, bring your belly up towards your thigh. So I want you to really sit tall into those sitting bones. Make sure your feet and your knees are hip width apart. So sitting tall into those sitting bones, lift into the spine, and then gently roll back onto your pelvis. We're not rolling down yet, we're just going to rock into the sitting bones, back down to the lower back, get the lower back moving. A couple more times. And then we're going to slowly roll one vertebra at a time, all the way down to the mat. Okay, so in this position, stretch your legs out long. Walk your heels away from you. Bring your arms up towards the ceiling first of all. Palms facing each other. We're going to lift and drop the shoulder blade. So I want you to lift with the right arm and then drop the shoulder blade down. Lift with the left and drop. So alternating right and left. Really try and get a nice third as you drop them down into the muscles. And then lift both and drop. Lift both and drop. Lift both and drop. Let your arms fall above your head. I want you to reach as long as you can. At this point, I want you to think about your lower back. Gently engage it towards the mat. So don't let it arch away from the mat. Gently engage it towards the mat. Remember your belly button, bring it in towards the spine. Reach long with your feet, long with your knees, long with your hips, long with your shoulders, long with your fingertips, and really make yourself as long as you can. And then turn your palms to face the ceiling. And then bring your elbows bent to 90 degrees either side of you. So I call this the fork position, and your head is the middle prong of the fork. So we're keeping our elbows and shoulders at 90 degrees. Hands are trying to hit the floor. Engage the core, bend your knees, bring your feet together, knees together. In this position, I want you just to take your knees all the way over to one side. You're going to start to feel a stretch through the whole of the other side of the body and into the chest and into the pec area of the opposite arm. Just hold it there. And bring your knees all the way back over to the other side. Again, keeping that 90 degrees at the elbows. Find the stretch through the lower back. Your knees don't go all the way over, do not worry about it. Don't compromise the position, just go as far as comfortable. And bring your feet and knees back up to the middle. So now bring your arms down inside of you. Feet hip width apart, knees hip width apart. I want you just to gently come into that pelvic tilt on the floor. Get your pelvis starting to move. We're going to start with pelvic clock. So in this, we're trying to isolate the pelvis. The knees are going to stay pointing upright towards the ceiling. We're going to start to move the pelvis. So we're going to tilt away from us first of all, that's 12 o'clock. Over to the right hand is 3 o'clock. Up towards us is 6 o'clock. Over to the left hand is 9 o'clock. So imagine that your pelvis is a plate and you're rolling a marble around the outside of that plate. And your pelvis is just going to keep rocking around in that circle to try and roll that marble. If you find one corner doesn't go, that's okay. Just work with it, encourage the movement. And then we're going to come back the other way. So, away from you is still 12 o'clock, but then we're going to go left, that's 9 o'clock. 6 o'clock towards you, 3 o'clock to the right. So we're going in the anti-clockwise opposite direction. And then come back to the middle and stop. Little pelvic tilt, up and down, and relax. Engage the core, keeping your pelvis nice and stable. Remember your shoulder blades back and down, keep them flattened on the floor. Hands down by your side. And when you're ready, we're going to bring one knee up to 90 degrees. So that's our first position, 90 degrees. And then we'll bring it back down. Second knee up to 90 degrees and bring it back down. First knee up to 90 degrees. So we've just got this gentle march going on. So if you're a complete beginner or you've got any issues with your back, just work with that. Otherwise, we're going to bring the second knee up, engage the core, and start to double tabletop. Then from this position, we're going to toe tap. So big toe, right foot down to the mat, and up. Left foot down to the mat, and up. Now you might find just doing a couple of these is enough, in which case bring your feet down. Otherwise, you can keep going. Remember, belly button in, keep your core nice and tight. And if you really want to work hard, we're going to go to double speed now. So, hinging from the hip, knees at 90 degrees. The toes not coming closer to your bottom, it's staying at 90 degrees from the hip. Couple more, and relax. Good. Let your pelvis just relax. A little tilt up and down, and then stop in the middle again. So we're going to work through that again. This time we're going to take our legs away from us instead of toe tapping. If you're a very beginner, just go where you can. So engage your core, belly button in, tighten up your belt, lift up your lift. Bring one knee up to 90 degrees, second knee up to meet it, and then we're going to take one foot away from us, stretching on, second foot away, stretching on. So again, you can do this with one leg down. You don't have to have both legs up. Try and keep it nice and steady. Breathing in with one movement, out with the other. I don't mind which way around you breathe, just as long as you remember to breathe. If you're finding this easy, then we can go for double time. But I want you to make sure that double time keeps that 90 degrees. Your lower back stays in neutral position. Keep that stability. And then bring your feet down. Good. Little pelvic tilt up and down. And we're going to come into preparation for the 100. So before we get into the 100, 3 ways that you can do it. You can either keep your feet on the floor if you've got any lower back problems or you've not done 100 before, you find it quite hard, keep your feet on the floor. Second position is with your knees at 90 degrees. Third position is with your legs out straight, so that's the hardest. If in doubt, go for 90 degrees and see how you get on. Let's do the preparation first of all. So I want you to breathe in, arms come above your head. Breathe in, arms come back down, lift up, reach forward. And in, arms come above your head. And lift up, reach forward. In, arms come above your head. Breathe out, lift up, reach forward. Last one. In, arms come above your head. Breathe out, lift up, reach forward. Now, bring yourself into whichever position you're working with the 100. And then we're going to start to breathe. And we're going to bounce our arms as we do so. So we've got nice, strong arms. Ready? Breathing. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift up a little bit more if you can. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nearly there. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's happened? Oh. Why? Okay, hopefully you got to the end of the 100 there. That's really annoying. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. Bring one foot down, the other foot down. Roll gently back down to the mat. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe out gently. Bring your knees in towards your tummy. And then rock from side to side. Okay, we're going to bring our feet above our head and just roll ourselves up to sitting. And straight into rolling like a ball. So, first of all, sitting back onto the pelvis, curve the spine into a capital C. Bring your feet off the floor. I want you to gently lay your hands on your ankles. Bring your knees in towards you as much as you can and your feet in towards you. From this position, shoulder blades back and down, belly buttoning, we're just going to roll back, breathe in, roll up, breathe out. Hold ourselves in the balance point and then keep going. In, out. In, out. So you're trying to keep your feet as close to your bottom as you can. And take your time with the roll. Keep tapped into that nice roll. Good. One more. Find the balance point at the end. Excellent. Bring your feet together, knees apart. We're in this position. Feet together, knees apart. Sit up nice and tall, breathe in. Breathe out, come down over your inner thighs, just hold, stretch for a second. From that position, keep your right foot where it is, stretch the left leg out long. Bring the right foot in towards your inner thigh, turn towards that left leg, reach up, breathe tall, and over that left side, hold it there. Come back up. Switch sides, left leg in, right leg out, turn towards that right leg, breathe in, lift tall, breathe out, come down over that right side. Just hold it there. Just getting a little bit of a stretch into the legs before we do the spine stretch forwards. So, spine stretch forwards. You can fold your mat over for this exercise. Take your legs out towards the end of the mat. Have them a little bit apart, so hip width apart again. Sitting into your spine. So lift up as much as you can. So this exercise, we're about stretching the spine rather than hamstrings. The hamstrings have been stretched a little bit, but we're concentrating on the spine. So if you want to put something under your knees, you can. Okay. We're going to breathe in, lift tall, breathe out, reach forward over towards our toes. 8 times. All right. Ready and go. In and in and in. Keep going. Three more. And again. Last one. Good. Now, as you relax, I want you just to try and keep hold of your legs and your toes or wherever you are, and then inch your bottom forwards, bending your knees, and then relax your chest onto your thighs. So you're just going to let your spine relax over your legs. So it doesn't matter how tight your knees are. Just give it a second. Stretch through the spine and the shoulder blades. Let everything relax. Good. And come back up. So we're going to come into spine twist, get some movement through the spine. So for this, you can sit in any position that you want to. I like to sit cross legs, but you can kneel or have your legs out in front of you. So the idea is that we're thinking about our lower back and our hips being in concrete. So nothing is moving through that area. We're just coming from the rib cage, and we're going to try and get the twist from the rib cage up. So thumbs, hands together, thumbs onto your sternum, shoulder blades back and down. Engage your core, lift up into your spine. Keeping your fingertips underneath your nose. Breathing in, lift tall, breathe out, twist round from your ribcage. Keep your nose above your fingers. Breathe in back to the middle, breathe out to the other side. Keep going each time into the middle, out to the other side. Remember, your lower back's not moving. You should feel it from the rib cage. Into the middle and out. Into the middle and out. Now on the next one, stay round. Breathe in, lift tall. And as you breathe out, try and take it a little bit further round. Breathe in, come back to the middle and out to the opposite side. Again, breathe in, lift tall, breathe out. A little bit further. And again, in and out. A little bit further. Breathe in, come back round. One more on each side. Just take it as far as you can. And come back round. Whatever position you're in, just let your spine relax forwards. Let it stretch out a little bit. And bring yourself back to sitting. So we're coming back to look at this position that we were in when we first started. Sitting up nice and tall onto your sitting bones. Hands this time on your knees. I want you to use your knees to pull yourself up as much as you can. Then sit onto your pelvis. We're going to roll back into the lower back. So curve the spine so you get a C shape in the spine. Come down until you feel your tummy muscles really start to kick in. Remember, belly button in, hold that belt tight. Where they kick in, I want you to hold it there. And then roll back forward, keeping the curve shape in your spine. And then the last movement is to sit up tall onto your pelvis. So we do pelvis, spine, roll back, feel the tummy muscles, roll forward, sit back up into the spine. What I want you to think about as well is those shoulder blades. So as you roll back, don't let the shoulder blades creep up behind your ears. Keep them back and down. Find where those tummy muscles are working. Belly button in, engage the core. Roll all the way back in and up. And again, pelvis, spine, hold, spine, pelvis. Okay, so this time I want you to take it to that point where you feel the tummy muscles are working, and then just gently move an inch up and an inch down from that position. So getting used to those muscles being able to hold us a little bit further. So, sitting tall, belly button in, pelvis first, drop down into that position. Feel the tummy muscles now from there, up and down, just a little bit, 1 inch at a time. And then rolling forward, all the way up. One more like that. Pelvis, up and down. Rolling forwards, all the way up. So we're going to go into the full rolling up. If you feel that that's actually quite tough for you, just stay practicing there. You don't need to try and get all the way up. But if you feel like you want to try, you can do it with your legs bent. So I'll show you that first of all. So we're going to roll into the pelvis, 1 vertebra at a time. We're going to roll all the way back. Arms come above our head, all the way back towards, rolling up 1 vertebra at a time until we come to sitting up. We can use the legs to help us a little bit. If you want to try the long version, start with feet together, knees together, inner thighs squeezing. We're going to start the same position with the pelvis. So we tilt the pelvis back, roll into the spine. Let our bodies take us all the way down 1 vertebra at a time. Breathe in, and then as we reach up, breathing forward 1 vertebra at a time, lifts us up and over towards the toes. So we're combining the spine stretch forward with the rolling back, okay? Take your time, remember inner thigh squeeze, the toes towards you, it's going to help you come back up, as is breathing out. So breathe in as you roll down, out as your arms come back, in as your arms come up, and then out as you lift up and over, nice and slowly, try not to use all of your hip flexors. The other way to breathe is just to break it down to 2. So in, back, out, up and over. Whichever works for you. Take your time. 2 more. Last one. Good. And relax. Bring yourself down to laying on the mat. We're going to go for banana. So this one is about balance on your side, engaging your core, using your glutes and your hips to help you. I want you to have your legs out straight, your arm out straight underneath your head. You can have your fingertips on the floor in front of you if you need to work on that balance. So beginning position, we can engage our core. Make sure that the top hip is above the bottom hip. Keep everything nice and stable. Belly button in, shoulder blades back and down. Top foot comes off the bottom foot comes off to meet it. Now if you find it hard to find the balance there, just work on that. Use your fingertips on the floor to start, and then aim to take them up onto your thigh. If you're okay, then we're going to start with lowering the lift of the leg. So the top leg, up and down, 10 times. Keep your balance, engage your core. And then bottom leg, up and down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then if you can, both together. This is slower. Engage the bottom, engage the core. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it there and then push into that outstretched arm. Find your banana position. Keeping those feet off the floor. And come back down. So from here, push yourself up onto your side. Just swing your legs around in front of you, and you can come back down onto the other side. Or you can roll over, so that's the other easy option. But for me, I need you to still see me. So, same position on the other side. Make sure you're in that straight line, so don't let your feet be in front of you. Make sure they're in line with your body. Again, if you struggle with the balance, just work on that to start with, fingertips on the floor. Top foot up, bottom foot up to meet it, hand on the thigh. Hold that position, feel okay in that position. And then engage the core, shoulders back and down, squeeze the glutes, top foot up and down, 10 times. And then bottom foot up and down, 10 times. And then both together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then pushing into that outstretched arms, keep your feet up, find your banana shape, and come down. Okay, lastly we're coming into swan. So you're going to come over into a tummy and just turn my mat around a little bit so that I get a bit more in a better position. Lay down on your tummy, hands either side of the mat, forehead down. Hands are about your ear level, maybe your eye level, shoulder blades back and down, feet hip width apart. Engage your core, belly button in towards the spine. Tilt your pelvis to flatten your lower back and squeeze through the glutes. Roll marble with your nose away from you, coming up into the upper back, onto the elbows first of all, and then pushing all the way through into the hands. So I'm up on my thighs, it's not like a yoga cobra. I'm trying to not extend through the lower spine, trying to get the upper spine. Come back down. So let's go through that again. Feet flat on the floor, squeeze the glutes, tilt the pelvis, engage the core, flatten the lower back, roll a marble with your nose up and away from you, pushing up into your elbows first of all, and then lifting in to the full arms. You can stay on the elbows if the full arms doesn't work for you, that's absolutely fine. Just feel that stretch through front of the thigh, into the arms, and again. Feet hip width apart, belly button in towards the spine. Tilt the pelvis back, roll the marble with your nose, up onto your elbows, pushing into the full outstretched arms. For anyone that's done this before and wants to do the dive, you can just keeping your spine nice and stable, gently roll forwards. Try not to let your nose hit the mat, please. And then just bring yourself sitting up into child's pose. Sit back onto your heels. Reach your arms out long. Tilt your pelvis under you so you get a good stretch through the lower back. And gently tuck your toes under. Roll yourself slowly up as a standing. Bring yourself back to the centre of the mat. Shoulder blades back and down. Feet hip width apart. Knees soft. And chin to chest. One vertebra at a time, rolling down. Let yourself flow. Hopefully you can get a little bit further than you could before. And then tuck the tailbone under, stack the spine, all the way back up, shoulders back and down. Again, 2 more of those. Chin to chest, rolling down. All the way, let yourself go. Head and neck relaxed, shoulders relaxed. And tuck the tailbone under, stack the spine, all the way back up, shoulders back and down. Last one, chin to chest. One vertebra at a time, let yourself go. Take hold of your elbows, nod your head, swing your lower back, everything relaxed. Tuck the tailbone under, stack the spine, all the way back up, head up nice and tall. 3 deep breaths to finish, breathe in, arms up, and out, down, swing through. And again up, and out, down, swing through. And again up, Down, swing through, and roll down. So half an hour of gentle Pilates work, just to get your spine moving, just to get your core starting to engage. I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.